All right, we're in it. Back here for another week. Bailey's posing, strutting on them, coming off a Southern 500 weekend.
Yeah,
Pumping
man.
them out.
Woo!
Hell yeah. What a fucking weekend, dude. We had fun down there this weekend, I'd say. Are
More or
you still
less.
fucking groggy from the fucking, dude, I've been fucked up all week, man. Just
I
going
think what's
right
mostly
from.
got me was just like frankly, how good but bad the weather was. I think that was what
Uh,
really got me because like the weather was great, but it was only great when the sun wasn't showing.
yeah.
Like if it was
Yeah. Like,
cloudy,
obviously.
dude, it felt fucking amazing. I mean, it was great. And then as soon as the sun came out, man, it was just beating down on you. And I think we all got somewhat burnt, like the back of my neck. You can't really see it, but I mean, it's pretty bad. My face is peeling. It's
Dude, I've been really good about sunscreen this year. I haven't been burnt at all this year. This is probably I'm turning into an old man because I'm
every
making
race
sure
I've
I
been
put
to.
my.
I mean, you can kind of see like it's not bad on my arms at all. It's just
I
kind of you
got
can see.
I got
Now,
nice little tan line.
the legs somewhat.
Yeah, I'm turning into an old man. Like every time I know I'm gonna be out in the sun, I'm gonna make sure I put
Yeah,
my
man.
sunscreen on.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I've been a good boy about that this year. Um, But yeah, man, no, I had an awesome time though. We'll get ready and talk about it a little bit. We had Charles down there with us.
hmm
No, great times overall. I thought I thought Sunday, even though we saw an ass kicking, which I'll talk about, obviously, I thought it was a really good race still.
It was. It was. Even though my
Yeah,
driver wrecked out in the first lap, like it was still. I was still the first stage. I was kind of bummed, but then the second stage came around, and then stage 2 and 3 were just banging. I mean, it was good.
I think Sunday is a race where there's certain races where especially if you're there. That was one of those races. Like if you were there watching it in person, that was a really good race. And on
Mhm.
TV, it might not have been the best if you're just watching
I
one
was told
person
it was
lead
still a
the whole
great
time.
race.
Yeah, like
If
everybody
Cooper
I
tells me
talked
it's a
to
great
was.
race, then I'll believe it because usually he's the one. He's like, man, these fucking races suck. So when he
Yeah,
says
he's
it's been a
usually
good
pretty
race,
grumpy about it. That's true.
when he says it's a good race, I'll take what he said on TV at least.
Yeah, when Cooper and Vince are both saying it was a good race,
Mhm.
that's yeah. But I mean, it only got like 60% on the Jeff Gluck poll. Like I thought it was gonna be a little higher. I usually listen to the podcast and try to guess what it'll be along with
Mhm.
them, and I was like, damn, let's probably get somewhere in the 80s, and it only got 60%. But
Yeah, I mean it was an ass
I
kicking, like you said, and I mean Friday was the total opposite. I'd like to say, but I mean, sorry, Saturday was. There wasn't anything on Friday.
yeah,
Um,
there was
Friday? Well, yeah, the late model
car
race.
store baby.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, car store, but I didn't go to that, so I don't even know what the fuck happened.
Yeah,
No,
well,
Keelan won, so
Landon Lewis won again too. So
yep, there you go.
let, let me get these retweeted real quick.
The whole asshole. But yeah, I mean, I showed up on Saturday, left the crib about 4:30 a.m. Fucking brutal drive. Jesus, I mean, I went to the race and I was fine. Then as soon as me and Travis got back to the camp, dude, I was out. We sat in the car turning racy for 30 minutes, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm tired." But it was brutal. I'll say that drive was. But Travis was already there on Friday night, so I just wanted to show up early on Saturday that way I could miss all the bullshit traffic through Asheville, and which I was successful at. Watched the race on Saturday. Got back to camp. Watched the Xfinity race with our camping neighbors. Pretty cool people. And watched some college
Yeah, I
football as
loved
well.
hanging out with those people. They were awesome.
Yeah. And watched some college football. Also, we had our phones draining the shit out of our batteries, but we didn't care. We were just watching football because it was first actual week, so we had to enjoy it. And then Sunday, same thing, just kind of chilled around, met people. I met Brad. I know you met Chase. Charles met no one. Meg met Briscoe.
And Bell, yeah.
And Bell. Yep, that's right. Yeah, so
Jacob met SVG.
we all met a couple of our drivers. Yeah, Pef met SCG. We all met a couple of our drivers. So it was overall pretty good. But weather was great, like we said. But I mean, fuck, it was just when that sun was out, man, it was just beating down on you. But in the
Yeah.
stands though, like as soon as the race started, man, it felt good.
Dude, it definitely yeah, we still got cooked by the sun, but overall, for usually Southern 500 weekend, that's a weekend you're just fucking eating it all weekend.
Mhm.
And overall, it was fine all weekend. It's probably the best weather weekend for the Southern 500 and I've been to 6 Southern 500s at this point, and this is probably like the nicest weather I've ever seen for that race up
I don't
there.
think I should go to another. I think I've extended my extent of Darlington because I've went twice and both times some fucking bullshit has happened. So I just don't think it's a race that I need to go to and just waste my time with. I think it's just better if I just watch on TV because like the one I didn't go to and the one I watched on TV, SHR won.
Nah, man, you got to look at it the other way. You're due for some good luck next time you go. Like,
Yeah, that's what I thought this time. That's why I skipped last year. And then I missed
yeah,
my
but
luck. I missed my luck because I didn't go, and I missed my only SHR win.
maybe you just got to go to the spring race there because this is like Barry's run really good in the spring race there.
I mean, yeah, but
Like,
like I don't know, it sucked, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, Saturday I
yeah,
got there. Pretty much just immediately got dressed, went into the race. We watched that. Chandler Smith looked like the man to beat as soon as the race started. I mean, dude, that truck was fucking fast. He pulled away quick off the restart.
yeah.
He looked like the truck to beat, and Lane was moving through. I mean, he passed time, and I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be a front row race. And then pretty much 10 laps in, Chandler ate the fucking wall, and that truck was done. So that
Both
changed
front
the
row
whole
trucks
dynamic.
had some misfortune that kind of like took them out of it. I think they both would have had something for Heim
Mhm.
if obviously it was a lot earlier for Chandler than it was for Lane. But
Yeah, and they both hit the wall. I mean, they were both the cause of their own misfortune. I mean, that's the thing. So it's not like you can blame anyone for it. It was overall pretty clean race too. Me and some random guy in the stands talked about it. I mean, there wasn't much wrecking. There wasn't many cautions. I mean, the only wrecks that happened were the people who put themselves in the wall. So I mean, you didn't see many spins. I mean, it was a really clean race for a truck race at a track that hard, which kind of surprised most people because when you think of trucks, you expect utter bullshit.
yeah, trucks at Darlington in particular usually get pretty wild, and it was pretty tame this time.
But there
No
wasn't
pun
much that
intended.
happened throughout the race. I mean, it was just pretty much Lane and Heim going back and forth for the stage wins, battling for the lead position. That was really it. There was nothing special. I mean, you saw pit strategy kind of come into play a little bit. You saw some guys move up the field, like we saw Hemrick get up there. We saw Julia's running top 10 most of the night. But besides that, I mean, it was really nothing special to go out of your way and really talk about, in my opinion.
LaJoy was pissed about that restart penalty. I don't know if you saw, but like he got at the end. I don't know. Like I still haven't like gone back and watched anything to see like what, but he was pissed and saying it was a bullshit call and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
It's,
he didn't have the speed to win. No one was beating Heim or Riggs. I mean, that was the thing. I mean, Hemrick had some speed. If there was another restart, Hemrick would have won that race, I think, because I don't think
dude,
he
we
would have gave
talked
a
about it
fuck.
during the race. He would take off on the restarts like
That
so
exactly.
good.
That's what I'm
Like
saying. He would either take off or just put Heim in the wall because, like, at that point, he knows that was probably his best shot to really lock himself in,
yeah, no, I
especially
really
with the
do
runs
think
that
his
he's had.
him. I really do think Hemrick, the way he took off on those restarts, like he might have had a chance to steal one
Mhm.
because he would take off on the restart for like the first 5 laps and then fall back a little bit. Like
Yep.
they had insane takeoff speed in that truck.
And I feel like if Heim would have got up close to him, then I mean, I feel like Hemrick wouldn't have cared to put him in the wall or maybe slam him a little bit. Like I wish he would have too, because it would have made that race a lot more eventful. But instead, it was just that last restart. Heim ran away. I mean, that was the end. There's really nothing
Yeah,
else. I mean, Hemrick kept within about 600ths of a second. That's about it. 6,000ths. Sorry. Um, he stayed consistently back there, but I mean, just didn't have the speed to make it up to Heim. And yeah,
yeah. Heim had like, I
whatever
mean,
it is.
you got to tip your cap, man. Like he's had the field covered in trucks this year, and probably he's gonna. I mean, he's already 1 win away from the all-time wins record in a season in trucks, and at
He
this
might
point,
actually
he's
win a
probably gonna.
championship this year.
What'd you say?
He might actually win his championship this year.
Yeah, I mean, he should like easily be the favorite. Like if they go to like the really every race you can go into in trucks at this point, and like if Heim just executes, they're gonna. I mean, I guess this one you can't necessarily say it as much because I do think the 38 and 34 would have had something for him, and then yeah, the 38 had their problem early, and then the 34. Like, did you ever figure out like what did he just blow a tire or like did anything else
34
like
blew a
lead up
tire.
to that?
34,
Yeah,
34 blew a tire, hit the wall. 38 just straight up. 38 was ripping the wall. That was the thing. I mean, that was pretty much the whole start of the race. I mean, he was ripping the fuck out of the wall. It was impressive to watch, and I feel like he just might have misjudged the braking and just pretty much shipped it in the corner and because he smacked the wall, it was a pretty hard lick.
A lot of trucks had issues early in this race too, though.
God,
That
yeah. There was a lot
we
of trucks
kept like
pitting.
watching. We kept watching guys come down pit. I mean, there was one point like
It wasn't any
in
key
stage.
players. That's the thing. I don't want to make it sound like it wasn't any like people. You're like, oh shit, why is he pitting? I mean, Crafton would be the only guy that you would really look at and be like,
Honeycutt, like
Honeycutt. Yeah, that was all because I think he blew a tire as well.
Yeah. That there was one point early on in the race, like I think it was still stage one, and like we looked and there was only like 21 trucks on the lead lap still, just because so
It was
many
after
guys
stage
had
one. It was
issues.
21. Yeah, 21 trucks were on the lead lap.
Yeah, and there was a lot of guys having issues early, and then it just like, but it never got like too insane with everything going on or anything crazy. But
yeah,
I mean, yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm glad it wasn't at or I should say I hate that it was at so early in the day, and we kind of just had to kick rocks the rest of the day. Man, I probably would have slept through that race if you didn't show up at camp and wake me up. That shit was hilarious. It was
I
like
called
10
this guy
o'clock.
like fucking 4 or 5 times at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and he wouldn't answer his phone. And I didn't know where the fuck I was going to this camp at. He was like, "Look for this sign." That's all I had in an address, and like that's a lot of information. But I was like, "Well, you're camping in someone's fucking backyard." I was like, "What if I hand the wrong guy $20?" And I'm like, "Well, fuck, I ain't parking here." So I finally pulled up and I saw his car, and I was like, "I'm gonna wake this fucking guy up." So I just went over there and I started beating on the fucking tent, and Travis was like, "Huh?"
I'm glad you did it, dude, because like I was out. Like there's a good chance I might have missed that race if you didn't come.
I'll tell you what, I froze my ass off on Sunday night, dude. It was fucking cold.
It got chilly.
I
Yeah, it did.
woke up, my toes were frozen.
Like I got a really good sleeping bag, luckily, so that kept me warm. But like it got down in the 60s.
Yeah,
like,
you woke up at like 4 a.m. and fucking tripped and fell. Dude, I woke up because I heard you unzip the tent, and I just hear, "Oh fuck," and then boom, straight over, and I was like, he fell.
Oh yeah, because I got out to piss.
Yeah, that's what it was. I thought you got your
getting out
sleeping
of the
bag,
tent.
but yeah, you tripped, and I was like, "Oh well, he's up." But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, besides that, Saturday, it was all right. I mean, because we watched that race, shopped around a little bit. I met Rodney Childers. That was pretty cool. I couldn't see. It was a funny ass time too. I was just we were walking in the little white tents, like the little gypsy tents, and I look over and I'm like, "Is that Rodney?" And I don't say anything to Travis. I just look over and he's in the middle of conversation. I pull my sunglasses down because I can't see shit without my glasses. I pull them down like this, and I'm like, I start squinting, and I was like, I don't think so. And then like 2 seconds pass in my head, and I'm like, wait. I turn back around. I just holler Rodney. Lo and behold, there he is. So I got a nice picture with him. Finally met Rodney. I met Kev, but I never met Rodney, so that's pretty nice. I got a one-up on Cooper now. He hasn't met Rodney, so that was pretty cool. And we hit up the white tents, spent a little bit more money. Got some.
I don't think I bought anything at the white tents. I did a lot of looking, but I didn't buy anything.
Raceway Grill.
Oh yeah,
right outside the track. Fucking cool ass restaurant. Good ass burger. I mean, it was cheap too. It was like $9 for a burger and fries.
Dude, my burger had like chili and like fried pickles on it.
It was
really
such
good.
a fucking weird burger you had, but I mean, it looked good.
Yeah, no, it was solid. I think it had pimento cheese, chili, and fried pickles.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
And after we got done eating, walked back to camp, sat down, and then our neighbors, they saw us. I was sitting on a cooler and Travis sitting on his lawn chair, and I had my lunchbox on top of his hood, and he had his phone playing the Alabama game, and I had my phone playing the Xfinity race, and they hollered at us. They're like, "You want to come over here and watch it?" And they had a big ass projector, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And then we got to watch Zillich fucking dominate the Xfinity race. I mean, there was really nothing special about that. Those final few restarts were pretty wild. Honestly thought Swallich might win. I had a sneaky suspicion that he might. I gave Travis a lot of shit about that because he was in here last week talking about Swallich and how ass he is and how he doesn't deserve a ride. And then he ran top 4 all race almost until he didn't.
Well, he's good on road courses. Like he has done really like. He doesn't run as well though, but he has been good on road courses this year. That's definitely been his strength.
Austin Hill kamikazed again. I mean, it's just how many weeks in a row? I text in our we have a big group chat, not with you, but because Dalton's in there, and I'm just like, dude, something's got to be done. Like it's getting fucking ridiculous now.
I said when we were watching it, he's never beating the allegations.
No, you can at this point. I mean, you'd think he'd learn his lesson, but I mean, it's just getting worse. I mean,
Um,
after Watkins Glen, I mean, that just proves my point. I mean, I just I don't get it, but I mean, besides that, that was an uneventful race as well. I mean, there was really nothing special. I mean, the only thing wild is just the pits, because where people keep their position when they pit. That was the only thing where I was like, which I didn't
a,
know, but
a little bit of controversy too with like the runoff in turn one and like the chicane they had there, where it's not like a lot of times it'll be like you got to come to a stop. Like here it was like they had that chicane set up. You run
yeah,
off turn one, you had to run that chicane,
and
which
that's how Zillich
I
won.
yeah, because I mean, he just hauled ass through that chicane and came
Yep.
out ahead of everybody else. Like, I don't know whose fucking genius idea that was, but I don't think a lot of people were mad and saying like Zillich should have had a penalty. I think by the letter of the law, he didn't do anything wrong, but I do think it was a fucking dumbass.
And he wasn't the only one who did it. I mean, we saw many cars do it throughout the race. I mean, I get it because it's like, oh, Zillich shouldn't have won, but I mean, yeah, he should have. I mean, if he would have had to come to complete stop, then yes, I think he would have lost that race. But that's not the case, and it was just a matter of he went around all the little fucking the S's and took the lead, which no one expected because when you saw him get phased out of the track right there, you're like, oh shit. And then Austin Hill caused utter chaos in the back. So
um, yeah, no, it was a Saturday. I don't know. You got anything else on? I'm gonna go back to Friday too and recap the Cars tour a little
no,
bit.
yeah, go ahead and
But
recap that because I don't know shit about it.
yeah, I don't have too like a super lot to talk about it, but I mean it was a fun day. Got to the track early, got a pit pass, got to see the first couple hours of practice in the infield, and then right before like the 2 hour practice, I bailed out because I didn't want to be stuck in the infield for 2 hours and wanted to go to Darlington and set up camp. So I did that, but no, it was a fun day, man. Junior was racing down there again, obviously, so that was awesome. Got to add another Junior autograph to the collection. That thing's looking sweet, so was happy for that. As always, Junior just like me and Hayden, which I was with Hayden and Eli and a couple other guys again on Friday, and had a great time with those guys again. Like I said, anytime you meet Junior, dude's just stand up guy. He's great time to meet. But no, it was good racing down there. Got to see Kyle and Brexton race against each other in the Legends race.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pro Late Model, Keelan got the win. And Keelan kind of like he started on the pole and I think he missed a shift at the start of the race and got mired back a little bit and had to pick his way back through the field. But he did a great job. Like wasn't phased by it at all. Like missed a shift at the start and lost some spots and kept his head in the game and got right back in it and drove right back up through the field. And once he got up there, he wasn't going to be beat. So got to see Keelan get a win on Friday night, which like it was kind of like a full circle moment because at Florence in November for the South Carolina 400, Keelan actually ran his first ever late model race the Friday night of that weekend. And I was like, oh shit, Keelan's running a late model. I think he finished like ninth in that race or something like that, and that was his first ever late model race. And just to see like from there to now and like how quickly he's adapted to it,
Yeah,
where
no
now
shit.
it's just like winning these things like nobody's business. Yeah, he's a hell of a talent, and he's like in a few years. I think he's going to be driving for Hendrick, especially with like them being partnered up with Hendrick cars now and everything. I think I think Rick's got a plan for him, and I think
That's why
Kevin knows.
I was shit talking the other day. I was it was at the race and I was talking about I was like I can't get myself I'm excited for Keelan and I know he'll be my guy whenever he gets cut or when he gets in NASCAR. But I was like I just can't get myself to go buy a 12-year-old shirt or hat and wear it and be like, yeah, I like Keelan. Like as an adult, I don't think I can do that.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Brexton. Like I'm obviously like I'm gonna root for
Mhm.
Brexton when he moves up because I'm a Kyle fan, but like I'm also like not gonna sit there and like stand for a
It's hard to
fucking
justify,
what 10-year
you know.
old right now. Yeah.
Exactly. It's really hard to justify that, and I'm just like, man, I like the kid and all, and like I wouldn't mind to, but at the same time, like morally, can I walk around? It's like wearing like a college player's jersey. Like I get if you have a college jersey, but a college player Like sometimes you got to look at it and you're like, this kid's younger than me. Like,
I
you know,
can't
and
say much. I bought a Cam Coleman jersey last year, and he's
I mean, yeah,
19
but I
now.
mean,
So
still, like sometimes when I look at it, I'm just like, you know, it's hard to justify. But still, nevertheless, one day I will have Brexton. I mean, not Brexton, fucking Keelan merch.
I was very happy because I figured I was going to see it and laugh. I did not see anybody, at least with my. I'm sure there's people that did it, but I didn't see anybody do it at least and like ask Keelan for an autograph. Like
Fuck, I
I
would
did
if I
not
saw him. I'd be like, hey, kid.
like. You're saying you would
Yeah.
for right now you would ask him for an autograph.
Yeah, if I saw him, I probably would. I'd probably ask him for a picture and an autograph. I mean, yeah,
I
I mean, you got to think it's a kid, but I mean, the kid is full of fucking talent.
I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it.
I mean, kids full. Like if I saw Brexton, I
What's up,
mean, yeah,
Charles?
I probably would too. Honestly, just say like, hey, I met the kid. Like I met this guy whenever he was this age. Like it's not really a
Yeah,
flex. It would be cool because like you can be like, well, before he was this big, like I was watching his late model. Like I met him. Whenever he's running
but
pro late models and running 60-lap races.
I even get what you're saying though. But like I'm talking about like the autograph hounds who like carry like their like autograph stuff everywhere.
I don't do
Like
that shit. I barely even had any merch. I wanted Cody Ware to sign something at the fan zone on Sunday because I was sitting there and I was like, fuck, man, I wish I had something just to get his signature. But like, I don't hound for him.
I saw you got Brad
Brad.
to sign that hat, by the way. That
Yeah,
was that's cool.
I met Brad. He signed my, well, it's right there. It's just a camo 6 hat. Um, but I got him to sign that one because I met him in the fan zone and I had it on me at the time. And I was like, well, fuck, this is perfect. But besides that,
But yeah,
I don't really
But yeah,
hound.
great job by Keelan in the pro late model race, and then late model stock race. Junior actually had one of his better qualifying spots. Um, that he qualified 13th, and he usually qualifies so far back. He's so far behind the 8 ball. But the same thing like as a couple weeks ago, like and he talked about it on the podcast how the tires they have in the car store don't wear out
Mhm.
this year as much as tires in years past, and that's where he's made his ground in a lot of these races. Is he's so good at saving tires and buying time and then picking his way through the field. And with the tires not wearing out as much in the car store this year, it's just not as much of an advantage. Um, so he hung around back half of the top 10, like high teens, like most of the race, and then he got hit at some point along the line. I can't remember who he had contact with, but he had a fender that got some damage and was kind of flared, and it was rubbing like the whole race, but never went down. And then I think he was running 12th or something with like 2 to go, and it finally gave out, and tire blew out and he limped it home. I don't know like what finish he ended up getting, but it wasn't great. And then yeah, got to see Landon Lewis and Connor Hall battle for the win again, which they're about to have an awesome champion. I think they have 3, 4 races left. They're about to have an awesome battle down the stretch for the championship. I think with this win, Landon is 1 point ahead of Connor now for the championship
Damn.
in the late model stock cars. Getting down the stretch there. So yeah, it's going to be a great championship battle watching those two battle it out, and got to see. So now both of the races I've been to in the last 3 weeks, Landon's won both of them. So, but no, overall great time at Florence. I always enjoy going to that racetrack. That's the fourth time I've been there, and I've always enjoyed my time there. So shout out to everybody at that facility. Shout out to the car store. Shout out to Dale Jr. Yeah, I had a awesome time down there.
Yeah. You going to Bristol,
Um,
by the way?
I'm not. I will not. I have work that weekend, so will not be able to make it.
I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Just be Saturday though. But still,
Hey, you might as well. Like you saw, they have a new tire compound they're running. They announced today, so I think it should help.
be another
Anything to help
Larson
with
win.
that. What did you say?
Another Larson win.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, chances that's going to be a Larson Hamlin show. Like one of those two, or like you got a 50-50 chance of who's going to win that one. But I do think with the new tire, the racing should be better at least because that's the one thing. Like they had to do something with the tires there. So I mean, if
Hopefully.
they can actually get a little bit of tire wear in this, like at Bristol, it should be more exciting than what we saw in the spring at least.
Yeah. Um, Sunday though, I mean, race wise, I feel like we kind of went in everything that we did. There's nothing special. You went to go see Kip Moore, met Chase.
Yep.
We just kind of
Kip
hung
Moore
around.
concert. Kip Moore concert was fucking awesome, by the way. Like it's usually the NASCAR, like the pre-race concerts, like I could give a shit about. Um, but Kip Moore is one of my favorite artists. So, like I bought the pre-race track pass to go down there for like the concert and driver intros and stuff.
Mhm.
And so I just went to the concert stage. I got there probably like 3:15. The concert started at 4, and I got like a front row spot, like right where they were doing the concert. So I got some awesome videos and pictures from that. Yeah, that was an awesome time. Kip Moore's the man. He's one of my favorite artists, and it's
It's all this
actually
dude talked
funny.
about for
Like,
the whole entire weekend.
yeah, I was excited. So yeah, that was one of the highlights of my weekend. I even because like I started listening to him like not just but like probably I think it was 2016, which was Chase's rookie year. I remember on Instagram he had Kip Moore like at a race with him and was like posted on Instagram like him hanging out by the car and stuff. And that's like I really started checking out his music after that and like loved it. And I know he's one of Chase's favorites. So like when I met Chase before that, I asked him like it's like you gonna be able to see the Kip Moore concert at all? He was like, oh shit, he's playing, and I was like, yeah, I'm about to go see it. He was like, oh shit, like I'm not gonna be able to see any, but enjoy it. He's awesome. I know he's a big fan too, and played a part in me becoming a fan. So yeah, now I know I talked about it a lot, but I was super excited. That was one of the
Yeah.
highlights of my weekend. Like I said, anytime there's a concert at a NASCAR race that I actually give a shit about, like it's exciting because then it's just like an added bonus to the whole weekend of the race going on. You get to see a concert you care about too. So it hasn't happened that often, but I was excited about it.
Yeah. And then pretty much after that, we all met up in our seats. We had these random people in the middle of our seats because Travis did a great job buying them.
I had to okay. I bought. I have to defend myself on this. Jacob bought his tickets like months ago, so there's only a few seats like near where his seats were open. So I just bought all the tickets for the 6 that I had to buy that were closest to where Jacob's were. So that's why everything was kind of like scattered and mismatched.
Yeah. But
So
we had cool
I do
people
got to
near us,
defend myself on that.
so it worked out well. They were pretty all right. Charles really got along with them. I'll say that. They were sharing a bottle of whiskey. But no, yeah, I mean, leading up to the race, it felt damn good. We were all right. We had a beer flowing through us. Pretty much get the race started. Me and Travis missed the flyover, which kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. Race starts. You know, I got a nice video of it. You know, I was cracking my little Celsius to kind of give me a little energy going. Right there, come to start finish line, start going to turn 2, we're done. It sucked. I'll say that. You know, we just got loose. I think we stepped on our dick a little bit too much. Tires too cold, and
Sounds like
then
he
pretty much.
bottomed out. That's what I
I
like.
think we just stepped on our dick and we bottomed out because I think he just gassed it up too much. Because I don't know if you've played iRacing or raced Darlington, but I mean, straight up, if you go low like that, you got cold tires and you give it too much gas, you're going around. I mean, it's pretty much a given. I think anyone knows that at any track you go to begin with a track like that. Just pretty much stepped on our own dick, spun out, hit Reddick, caused a crash, hit Kyle Busch, which we didn't really affect anyone else's race. I mean, we saw Reddick stay top 3 throughout the whole entire race almost.
I about to say, yeah, Kyle Busch and Reddick were
Kyle had a
the
little bit of
other
issues. He
main
actually had
ones.
to pit. But I mean,
But
he came back and he still finished top 8, I think.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, he finished 8th.
but
Like
still,
probably could have been. I guess probably could have been a couple spots higher if he didn't have that issue. But they had a really good race.
we were done. We came back out like 119 laps down, finished like 130 something off the lead lap. Fucked our playoffs. So pretty much we got to win this weekend or win next weekend, which is probably these next 2 weeks are our best bet.
Well, some of the other guys run. I don't think it's as much like because if you guys run really well, like he's only like 18 points back. So like
19.
if some of these other guys have problems and you guys just run really well, I still think you'll be fine. So I don't think it's as much of a dire situation as it could have ended up being because
But the
there is
way
just
the way we have been this season, I mean, that's the thing. Like we're not consistent. We're not
Yeah.
consistent at all. So it's tough to sit here and say like, oh yeah, I think we could get like scrape in, but like I don't think we can because
I do think
it's
it's
been
two
such a
really good tracks for
it is.
for Josh.
It's
Like,
two damn good tracks because we won at a track similar to this that we're racing at this weekend, and then you got Bristol coming up, which is he's always ran well at even the shitty SHR car. I mean, we would pull out top 10s or top 12s out of our ass. Because last year in the playoff race in the night race we finished what was it? I think it was top 12.
yeah.
So I mean, still it's just a matter of he's really good at this track. He's really good at short track. So I mean, I'm not losing hope.
And
But
last time,
also, the same year I went to Darlington and I went to the Bristol night race is when Harvick got eliminated. So going to Darlington and Bristol within the same playoff year usually doesn't equal out well for me. So we'll see if it actually does it again and, we get eliminated. But I know we're not going to make it far. I just want to say we made it past the first round.
last time we ran at Gateway too, like which was like last May or June. It's a long time ago now, but Penske dominated that race.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, because it was like Logano was
Blaney
real
led
good
almost every
there.
lap. I mean, then he just fucking blew
Ran,
up on the last lap.
yeah, he ran out of fuel, and that's when Cindric passed him
Mm-hmm.
for the win because Cindric had a really. So I mean, if it's anything like last year, like the Penske cars should show up with a lot of speed, which should bode well for Josh.
But Bowman ran into issues as well. I mean, I don't know what happened with his car exactly. I mean, it just pretty much blew up on itself. It didn't actually blow up, but I mean, it's just nothing but issues throughout the race. I mean, he just kept going laps down and kept having to pit. So, I mean, he dropped down a lot, and he's right above Josh right now. I think he's at minus 18. We're at minus 19. But I mean, Bubba looked really strong throughout the race too, so that really helped him. SVG was running consistently, really helped him stay above the cut line, which is what he needs. He needs to have these consistent runs like that, especially to
Well, they
stay.
just they tried to run long though, and they gave like a couple times. So like I think SVG could have gotten like a somewhere around 20th, and then them trying to run long, like they probably
Mhm.
gave up because he ended up finishing like 32nd just because trying the strategy both times blew up in his face. Um, I think they kind of threw away a lot of points trying to get cute with the strategy.
I think the biggest highlight of the race though was just the pure speed Legacy showed. I think both cars, like I think everyone expects Eric to do well because two of his wins have came at this track, both within very shit cars. I mean, he still is in one, but I mean, it's definitely gotten better. So, I mean, I think it just kind of shocked everyone, especially the 42, how well it ran. Like when you think of John Hunter, you think of super speedways in the Cup car because we know we get consistent looks of John Hunter in super speedways. I'm not saying anything great, but we know we might see him be a player up front. But especially at a track like this, I think it took everyone by surprise to really see how well Legacy was running, especially in that third stage. I mean, to be third and fourth and, being so close to Briscoe and Reddick, I mean, I think that's what made the race so good was seeing, these cars who don't win and don't run well that far up front, contesting for the win. But I mean, I think we all knew that nothing was going to happen unless there was just a random caution.
I
But
think Jones had enough speed to win the race
oh god,
if
yeah,
if
especially
they
that
got the
last like
caution at the right
25
time.
laps. I mean, when Reddick started reeling them in and they started running into a little bit of lap traffic, I think that right there, because I mean they were almost bumper to bumper the whole time, but it was just Briscoe did a very good job defending, which kind of
Espe-
hindered anyone's ability to pass.
I don't know which like I was thinking about Reddick and Briscoe's history where like Reddick is like and both of them have made like a couple dumb moves going for wins over the years. So
Mhm.
I was like, if they get together here, like this could fall right into Eric
And I was
Jones's
hoping because
style. Like
I was like, if Eric Jones or John Hunter wins, I'll be content because my buddy, he's a big legacy guy. So I was like, fuck it, I'll be happy for him. I was like, if my guy's not gonna finish, I'd rather see yours because RFK had a fucking utter disaster show. I mean, I was just fucking horrendous because I know Josh made contact with him with Busher. Just pretty much fucked up his race. But
it was
I mean,
definitely a
they pulled out some decent finishes, but during the race, I mean, there was nothing special to really watch. So I didn't know that was the toughest part. Because after Josh wrecked, I was like, man, RFKs they're like 25th and back. I was like, I got nothing to watch.
it was definitely a Toyota dominated race because I mean Hendrick had a night from hell too, which like that's one of the
Bowman ran all
stories. Like
right. Bowman ran pretty well, and Larson did too.
Larson, yeah, I would say Larson. Like Byron ran like kind of right around the top 10. Like
Mm-hmm.
Bowman had issues all night, and then like Larson, like I guess something broke on that race. Did you see the clip on Twitter where like he had contact with somebody on a restart and it broke something. I think he
Huh.
ended up finishing like, but then like freaking, and this, I told you guys, I promised that I was going to go off about Alan Gustafson on the podcast. And I mean, what, like Chase, like, I mean, shit qualifying effort again, which has been the case all year. They
Yep.
start behind the eight ball, but he ended up, he digs his way up to eighth or ninth, finally has like a little bit of track position. And then Alan Gustafson, being the fucking genius he is, decides to run long. Um, doesn't work out. No, running long did not work out for anybody in this race because there just wasn't a lot of cautions. Like if you run long, you're banking on, and it probably would have worked. Like maybe it would have, because like he runs long, they
Mhm.
give up all that track position when he finally drove up to the top 10, and then like 3 laps after he pits, a caution comes out, and he's in 20th, and Allen pits him again, which I
Yep.
don't know why at that point you don't just stay out on your 3 lap old tires and take what you can get and salvage what you can of it. Like obviously, like any laps on your tires at Darlington, like is like makes a difference. Like I get it. Like he wouldn't have been able to hold the lead probably, but he could have blended in somewhere better than what he was. But then if you when you pit again, you just give up. You defeat the whole purpose of the strategy. So they pit with their 3 lap old tires to get new tires, and that just blew everything up. And then he just ran 20th the rest of the night and got first last, as he said after the race, which was a pretty funny line. But
That was pretty
it's
funny. I did like that a lot.
just this. It's the same story, different week with Alan Gustafson, man. And it's I don't know what you do at this point. Like they unload slow, the strategy sucks, and it like and this the main thing I had to rant about with Alan Gustafson is like I've never seen fans who aren't fans of a driver defend a crew chief so hard, where
Yep.
like anybody who's not a Chase fan is like, just Chase, you're just fucking stupid. Like Alan's a great crew chief. Like Chase fans are just looking for excuses. Alan Gustafson's awesome. He's a great crew chief. And like I tweeted to Jeff Gluck because he's been on his fucking bullshit the last few weeks about like how Alan Gustafson's awesome and the Chase fans are all wrong and everything. And when that happened, I was like, defend Alan Gustafson, and he was like, well, if the caution didn't come out, like he had the right
The
strategy.
caution
It's
didn't
like,
matter.
yeah, and it's like
It
at
was
well
just
when the
stupid
caution,
fucking call to pit someone, and then 4 laps later, a caution comes out and you pit him again.
right,
I mean, I'm
and
not
it's
even a fan of the guy, but I can admit when something's fucking stupid.
yeah, and it's like how many races this year like has this been a discussion with just I mean obviously Dover, Michigan was a big one where he had a fast car and they threw it away with strategy. Um, Richmond, obviously the strategy didn't work out and ended up getting him wrecked. Like
Mhm.
that's just three I rattled off from the top of my head. They qualify slow every week. Like at some point you got to make a change. And at like I came into the playoffs with optimism for Chase that they and I mean that I still think they have enough speed where they should be able to get to the round of 8 at least. Like we'll see, but like with this continuous like unloading slow and terrible strategy calls, like he's not going to be a championship contender. And at this point, it's like whatever happens, I just hope it's enough that they actually make a change on top of the box for Chase. Like, and I was a Gordon fan before I was a Chase fan, so I've been dealing with fucking Alan Gustafson strategy for 15 years now, and I'm fucking tired of it. What am I? Is that your new place?
Yeah, the crib.
But yeah, no, I'm fucking sick of. I like I said, he's been because he took over as Gordon's crew chief in 2011, and there's been some good years mixed in there and a lot of bad years for boat drivers and ups and downs. But for 3 straight years at this point, it's been
It's been the same thing
like
as Rodney. I mean, the same thing Rodney went through. I don't want to compare him to Rodney, but I mean, straight up, it's just. I think it's just this car. I think it's just they don't know what the fuck they're doing with this car.
yeah,
'Cause
they
it's just
don't.
like
He doesn't
you've
know how
seen
to
them have
set.
so much success in the last like in Gen 6 cars, and then you go to Gen 7, and then it's just
He
it's not even the
obviously
same person anymore.
like when you're unloading, like when you're pulling the car off the trailer and unloading slow and qualifying in the back, that's on the crew chief. Like, and track position is so key in this car. or like you have to have track position in this car. It's hard to pass. Like starting up front is so huge. And Chase never starts up front. And like you saw the one race he was on the pole this year, Dover, when qualifying got rained out. He fucking dominates the race.
Mhm.
But when they unload slow and unload behind the eight ball, like you get what you get from it. And then you couple that with like these strategy calls seemingly every week that just make no fucking sense. Like it's fucking I'm tired, man. Like it's time for a change. Like if we'll see how the next 9 weeks go, but if it's status quo for Chase again, I don't know how Hendrick just sits back and doesn't make a change at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely odd to see a car like that, like him. I don't want to blame it on Bowman's either, but I mean, you could say that as well with him. But I mean, you know what the two cars are in Hendrick that are leading right now, and I mean, I don't have to say the numbers or the drivers. I mean, we know who they are. But it's weird to see someone like Chase unload that slow and not even do that well and just kind of
Every
lag
week.
back. Like, I mean, I don't like Chase at all, but I can admit that he is a driver you expect to be up front contending for wins, but it's not happening.
Um yeah, and I mean they've
Like last
like
season,
yeah.
the fact he didn't win a race at all, I mean, that blows my mind. Like, I mean,
Well, he won last year
oh,
once.
he did. He won Texas. He won Texas. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
but I mean, like, you just expect more out of him than I think. I think you expect more out of him and Larson. That's the thing. Like, I feel like Bowman, or not Bowman, but Byron would play like third fiddle to them. Because I mean, when you think of Hendrick, the first person you think of is either Kyle Larson or Chase Elliott. You don't think of Alex Bowman. You don't think of William Byron. I mean, if you know anything about NASCAR, you might. But like, that's the guy you expect to be up front every week, and the fact that's not happening is weird. You can say the same for Reddick too. Like, I mean, Reddick has strung together a couple good finishes and locked himself in the playoff. But I mean, for the fact of to him win the regular season championship last year and then come out this year and not even win a single race, and your teammate wins a race before you, the guy who struggled all last season and couldn't win a race while you were dominating. I mean, that's also wild too to me. It's weird to see like the discrepancies between each car when we know how good they are.
Yeah.
But
Obviously, domination by Chase Briscoe though. We I guess we kind of
whew,
buried the lead because we ain't even talked about Briscoe yet. But
no, I mean there's not much to talk about. I mean,
yeah.
back to
I
back.
mean, yeah, dominating like second, yeah, like back to back Southern 500s, dominating performance. I mean, they did everything they needed to do, and yeah, like they should be a real player for the championship. Like they're definitely going to be in the mix, and yeah, good to start the playoffs with some momentum. I got a pick. I picked him on the podcast last week, so I got a pick right.
And I
I
guess
had a
it's
great.
it's it's weird too because like you could think about how much Truex struggled within his last few years, and then you look at Briscoe this season, and you're just like, wow, like how much. And we know the talent Truex has, and we know that he almost won his last year, probably a couple times actually. But it's just a matter of you can tell how much of the team didn't care, and like you can tell now that they actually do care. Because I mean that car is unloading ungodly fast. I mean the speed he has in qualifying. I mean I think he already has the most poles this season. I can say that. I think he has like 7.
Yeah,
I mean, it's ridiculous how many he has already.
and James Small took a lot of shit from Truex fans, like too. Like that's
Yeah,
another
because I mean,
crew chief that.
you can tell as well. Like, I mean, you can tell that. I mean, Small did not care to have Truex in that car, and I think we all know that Small didn't like Truex. I mean, there was no chemistry between them, and if Truex on the radio, he was pissed off.
They were always arguing with each other on the
Yeah,
radio. Like
and then you look
it
at
was.
like what Briscoe's doing now, and you can tell there's good chemistry between him and that team. And I'm just like, it just shows like how much the crew chief's relationship with the team really does matter.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. And
Briscoe
I
whooped
was saying
ass.
I picked him on the podcast last week, and then I had a great like one of my best betting days in a while because I had
Mm-hmm.
Briscoe plus 800 to win. So that was I bet put 10 on that. That was $80. I put 10 on Eric Jones top three. That was $180. I picked Briscoe and Nick's Pick'em League that he runs. So won that. That was another $55. And then I had a group, which this one wasn't even. It was like I won like $20, but the group was like Eric Jones, Noah Gregson, um, Zane Smith, and like somebody else, like back markers. It was like, and obviously Jones routed everybody in that one. So that was some easy money there. So ended up netting a good chunk of change coming away from the weekend, which was how much fucking money I spent. That was probably a good.
That yeah.
No, yeah, that was that helped ease the blow for the weekend for sure.
I
Um,
think the stage 3 was so good. I just feel like, especially that last like 30 lap stretch, just seeing Reddick really reel in Briscoe, and then you had that final restart to where you saw the legacy cars just fucking take off. I mean, it was Toyota top 4. That's all it was, and it was a runaway. They ran away from everyone. I mean, it was those cars competing for the win. There was no one
yeah,
else that would have even contested, even if they would have ran side by side. I don't think. Um, and we saw Reddick really reel in Briscoe. Jones pretty much stayed back. He tried to make a pass, but I mean, it was so hard to pass because, like I said, Briscoe was just taking the top. He was ripping the wall, and so was Reddick, and it was hard for Eric to go low and make a pass. We saw Reddick try and go through a couple times, make a pass, but I mean, nothing would stick. He maybe get side by side, then off the corner, nothing.
the moment you knew beating Briscoe was going to be a tall task, like I don't know if it was the same for you, but it was. I think it was like stage 2. There was a restart where Denny got the lead,
Yep,
and like 2 laps later, Briscoe just like reeled him back down, and
yep,
blew right by him, and that was the moment like you knew he was going to be tough to beat.
yeah. I mean, that's all it was, though. I mean, it was the Briscoe show. There's nothing special. I mean, nothing really crazy happened. You didn't see anyone wreck anyone for the win. There was no last second caution. It was just pretty much after that caution that was thrown and then the restart, it was clean racing from then. And I mean, I think that was pretty enjoyable to me because I mean, it had me on edge, being there because I don't really care who won. Of course, like I said, if Legacy would have won, cool. My buddy would have been happy. I would have been happy with it. But like at the same time, I was sitting there and I was like, all right, that was a pretty good race. So
Yeah,
I enjoyed it, but there was nothing
yeah,
special
I
about it.
enjoyed it too. I thought it was a really good race, and
There was
yeah,
nothing
I
like,
love.
whoa, it was Darlington. Like, like it was just like, yeah, it was worth my trip, I think.
Yeah. Um, let's see. Well, you got anything else from Darlington? I'll hit a couple of the off-track stories if you want to put a bow on Darlington. But
Yeah, I'm good.
you got anything else?
I'm good.
But yeah, no, we had a great time there. Um, great time. I didn't leave till like 12:30 on Monday.
Ooh.
Like I slept for a while, dude. Like
I woke up at
that
8
whole
a.m.
that whole yard was empty by the time I left, and even like the campground beside us was completely empty too by the time I left. I was one of the last people in that little like property we were at. I dragged the weekend out as long as I could for sure.
Yeah, I
Um,
left at 8 a.m. and I got home about 2.
yeah, I was probably like an hour into my drive. Like I think I was eating at Chick-fil-A like an hour from Darlington, and you were probably home.
Mm-hmm. And
Um,
it was well worth it.
yeah. Um, but anyway, like off track, couple things I wanted to hit on. Obviously, the lawsuit stuff was big story last week. I don't know. I mean, I don't even. I wasn't even gonna bring it. Like I've avoided bringing it up for the most part, other than like some because like I'm not a legal expert. I don't really care, but um, man, it's just ridiculous at this point. Like some of the shit coming out with it. Um, Seems like this thing's going to trial. I've been saying all year I think they're going to end up settling, but at this point it seems like it's going to go to trial. And the judge already said like I can change whatever I want in the sport. I can like so if it goes to trial, like all this stuff's going to get unsealed. And he's told both parties point blank, like if either of you think you're going to come out of this looking good, you're not.
Yeah.
So seems like this thing's going to go to trial. It's going to be juicy, and then I don't think it's going to work out for anybody, and it's going to end up it's just a black eye on the sport at this point with this thing going on. Everybody wants the teams to be like the heroes here that are like, but they're not. And like I think some of the text messages and some
No.
of the shit that they said that came out in the text messages prove they're not the heroes taking on the big bad NASCAR like people think they are. When you got Michael Jordan and whatever that fucking guy's and Curtis Polk like texting each other about how fucking boring NASCAR is and how they don't care and they're just in it for the money and it's pocket change for them. Like like that's great. Like that's two people who really love to be a part of this sport, and Denny Hamlin saying like the sport will be better when fucking Jim France is dead and shit. Like, and then obviously like some of the NASCAR techs weren't great either. And the
Not a
shit
good
they're
look.
yeah, it's like it's not good for anybody, and it's going to be worse if it gets to trial and everything that's been sealed gets unsealed. So
Yep.
yeah, just terrible all around. Like some people are fucking cheerleading this whole thing on. I'm not. I want it to be over. I don't think it's
Same.
good for anybody.
It's not good to look for the
Um,
sport.
yeah. I don't know if you had I don't know if you had anything else you wanted to add on that
No,
whole
I
sport
kind of
deal
keep
though.
my hands out of that shit. I just kind of look it up and read it, and then I'm good.
Yeah. But yeah,
Too
that's what
much
I
for
want
me.
to bring that up, and then because it was a big story, and I don't know, mainly to you as bringing this up because I don't know if you saw it, and I just wanted to get your thoughts about. Sounds like Haas is going to Chevy next year.
It's news to me.
Oh, did I just? Yeah, there's been a lot of smoke going around about that.
There's
Apparently,
been a lot of
Haas
smoke
is.
about them and Legacy getting a merger.
Yeah, but apparently that merger's off now. So like, and then their backup plan was to go to Chevy.
It's worth it. I mean, they have no partner. I mean, that's why if everyone's curious why Haas runs so shit, is because they work with no one. It's kind of like the same reason why we saw Legacy struggle so much their first 2 seasons was because they weren't sharing data. And Haas is doing the same thing, and that's what they've done for the past few years. They haven't shared anything, so it's just a matter of they're running their own shit. So the setups they have is what they have, and obviously you can see it's not working. So hopefully with this Chevy restructure, I mean they might be running a little bit better.
You still gonna root for Sam and Sheldon if they
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
Chevy?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean that'll be my thing. I mean I think it would be even better, and it would make more sense because we saw Sheldon start his career with Chevy. I mean even in super trucks, I mean he was running with Chevy, and then we saw pretty much when Junior picked up Sam. I mean run a Chevy, and I think it would make sense, and it kind of it checks out why that they would go to Haas now because it made me question at first. You know I was sitting there and I was like, that don't make much sense for Sam just to switch over to Chevy or switch over to Ford like that. And Sheldon, I mean, it was kind of a scratch and head moment for JGR, but you understand it was a way to further his career possibly. But it makes sense. I'll say that. It does. They have no ties to Ford anymore. They have no allegiance. They don't need to. I mean, they're a 1-car team in Cup and they're a 2-car team in Xfinity. I mean, they have nothing really holding them down to Ford anymore. They're not contesting for wins in Cup. So I feel like Chevy's a good change. So I'd like it. And we saw Haas start with Chevy. So, I mean, it would be good to go back to the roots, what you started with and what you won your first championship with.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just wanted to bring. I know you're a Haas fan, so I just wanted to bring that up with you and
Haas and
see
Xfinity.
what you
Let's
thought.
let's let's
Yeah.
let's clear the table here. Haas and Xfinity, not Cup. Cup, I don't mind Cole, but you're not going to ever catch me, saying, yeah, go Cole. Like I was in Daytona. No, I wanted Cole to win. But
Oh, and also you being our F1 fan, the Colton
Colton
Herta's
Herta,
going to Cadillac.
I
Yeah,
feel like
which
everyone knew that. I mean, that was pretty much a given. I mean, everyone knew that was happening. Colton's been in talks for like, 2+ years now. And he's vocally stated many times he wants to go to F1. That's been his end all goal. I'm very happy with it. I like Colton. I mean, he would be the one guy I would actually cheer for if I ever watch IndyCar race whenever I do. I like him. And Will Power also going to Andretti. I mean, it's pretty much official with Tim Cindric gone.
yep.
It was kind of that interview came out where he was like, he was praying he get under the contract. He was like, I feel at the top of my game right now, but with Tim Cindric gone, I don't think it's going to happen. So, yeah, I mean, him going to Andretti is crazy because you can tell he's taking to 26, so he'll be in Colton's seat. And like I said, I mean, Will's still at the top of his game. So, I mean, that's a wild move, especially for someone who's been so committed to Penske for so many years.
So when you go over to F1 to be a test driver, I know nothing about this. So like maybe when you go over to F1 to be a test driver, like what will he be actually racing? Like I guess he'll be
Nothing.
testing, but like
He
so he's
won't.
just not going to
So
race
he is the
anything.
guy who goes in the Sims and pretty much just drives the car. He, tells him how he feels, like what it needs. Does a bunch, mostly simulator sessions. Say if Valtteri or Sergio gets sick, they get in an accident, they can't race. He's the guy who's going to race. So
So he's
he's a reserve driver, but they call it a test driver also. So he'll go out on track. So when they first develop the car, I mean, he'll probably get the first touch of it because he's the guy who's going to tell them, like, this is feeling quite shit or it's feeling quite good. But I feel like it's tough with Colton because he's never drove an F1 car before. It's been stated that he wants to. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's going to be a biased opinion when he first hops into the Cadillac car because he's going to be like, this feels good, but he's never drove like a 2020 Mercedes car that fucking absolutely dominated the field. Like, he doesn't know what an actual good car feels like, or like this year's McLaren. So I don't know how that's going to go exactly. I feel like you really need Sergio. I don't think Colton's going to touch an actual car or racetrack. I mean, and if he does, it'll be just in a private practice, because a lot of F1 teams, they do private practice sessions. So we see Ferrari, they go to their home tracks because, I mean, they're in Italy. So what they do is they go to their home tracks there and they run the cars privately in private test sessions, and they'll try out new things. And I feel like that'll be Colton's job. Just take it to a track, drive it around, see how maybe they try a new front wing or new side pods or a new plate under it. Just see if there's any differences in speed. So he'll pretty much be the tracking guy. So he'll do a lap time with this on there, and then he'll come back in the pits. They'll put that on. He'll do another lap time, see if that lap time was better.
That's a wild. Isn't it just wild to think about? And I know IndyCar has their I mean, F1's obviously a lot, but it's like it's a better career move and pays better for him to just be like a reserve test driver for
I
an
wouldn't
F1
say
team than
it's a better career move because you're banking your whole career on someone doing shit and you getting a seat. Because we've seen, like, I mean, I don't want to bring up drivers like this, Felipe Drugovich, guys who have, been really good in F2. They've grown up in the Formula world. And then they go to F1 and they sit, and he's waited for 4 years now to get a ride, and he's just sat, and there's nothing he can do besides wait, and no one's going to look at him. Like, he was in talks with Cadillac to get a seat, but I mean, of course, he has no experience besides being a reserve driver. And people are going to look at that and they're going to be like, well, why should I take a shot in this guy when he sat here? And I mean, yeah, it's a good career choice, but it ruins your career because, like, you have one of two choices. You either sit and stay in F1 and pray for a ride, or you go to Hypercar, or you go to the IMSA. You go to IMSA. You go to European Le Mans. I mean, we see many drivers who fall out, like Michael Schumacher's son. I mean, he was in talks with the Cadillac seat, but they didn't want to take a shot on him because he actually had a ride. But he's been a reserve driver, and he went to the World Endurance Championship. And I mean, I don't ever see him coming back to F1 again. Logan Sargent, he's in European Le Mans Series. I mean, pretty much half the guys that drive hypercar in IMSA, they have been F1 drivers before. It's just because it's such a tough thing to get into, because you got to think you have 22 cars now next season. There's 20 right now. You'll have 22. That's out of, the thousands and thousands of people racing around the world that want their shot, or the F2 drivers that have been there for years now. And we see F2 drivers going over IndyCar now. I'd say it's a good career move if you're young and you have a lot of talent and you have shown that talent and teams are interested in you. Like Gabriel Bortoleto, he just now came to Sauber, one of the worst teams this year, and they have, massively overperformed that car. But he was in a McLaren. He was signed with McLaren. I mean, because the way they do F1 teams is whenever you sign with a team in the junior categories, you're committed. So McLaren has a Mercedes engine. So you have McLaren, Mercedes, and Aston Martin. No, they're their own. McLaren, Mercedes. Williams. Okay, you have those. So whenever you sign to that team, you have to stay within that engine manufacturer because you're committed to that team. So it's kind of like you sign with Hendrick, but you're driving for Spire, is the way I would describe it. And like, if you do good and someone gets booted out of that good seat, you'll be the next one up. But he got his shot because he was so fucking good. They were like, please come to Ferrari, because Sauber they use Ferrari engines. So now he has no more ties. And it's just a matter of, if you're that good and you're even signed with the team to develop with, but I mean, you're getting your shot, you're going to take it, because you'll never get a shot with those big name teams. Like, never.
Yeah. It's like it's like you're a superstar in the fucking XFL and you leave to be a backup quarterback. It's like, obviously you're going to go to the NFL and be a backup. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
and
that's your
exactly. I
chance.
mean, or if, like, you're a backup behind Tom Brady in the prime Patriots, like Jimmy G was. You're just winning rings. But then say the fucking, who was a shit team back then? The Browns called you up and they're like, come over. Like, you'd probably take it. Like, what if you had your shot? Like, that's what Gabriel did, and it paid off. But a lot of guys do that, and it doesn't. That's why you see so many careers dissolve within a year or two in F1, because they take that shot and it doesn't pay off. And then your career's over. So like Colton Herta, if he would have got this Cadillac seat and they would have cut him, he's done. He would have went back to IndyCar and fucking that's his career.
Yeah,
So
like you're damaged goods at that point.
yeah,
Like,
that's what makes this sport so fucking brittle. Like it's hard, and that's what people don't understand about it. Like you realize you have to perform. Like yeah, you need to bring in money, and like I get it, daddy's money. But like if you don't perform, even if you have all the money in the world, you're gonna get the fucking boot. It doesn't matter how much money you bring in. Like you wreck one of these cars, that's $20 million for that car. That whole car is $20 to $40 million per car. You wreck one car, you've cost your team $20 million. You're talking to a team that has half the size of factory, a fourth of the size of factory as Red Bull, is what Sauber has. I mean, they're so small that like you wreck 3 of those cars in a year, that's almost maybe $100 million gone. So I mean, it's such an expensive sport. So like that's why it's so you got to be really careful about going into F1. But I
well,
just went on a tangent. Jesus.
yeah, no, that's interesting stuff, and more than I knew about it. Like I don't keep up in that world a lot, so interesting to learn about. But yeah, last thing before we get into some picks and move on to Gateway, just real quick, Austin Cindric's driving a V8 supercar at the end of the year. I thought that was pretty cool.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
we all
he's
know he loves driving cars like that anyway. I mean, he drove 24 hours Daytona. He didn't drive Le Mans, I don't think he could have, but he did drive 24 hours Daytona. He finished 4th this year, almost had a podium spot. So I mean, we know he even grew up doing this too. He grew up pretty much, he started his career driving GT cars. So that's really cool to see him get his opportunity in that, because it's weird. It's we usually see drivers coming over from that now, but now we're seeing
yeah,
drivers going over to that. So that'll be really cool. I might actually watch that because I do enjoy those V8 supercar
yeah.
races.
You'll have to look it up on Twitter when you get. I can't remember like when it is or anything, but he is running a V8 supercar somewhere at the end of the year. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That'll be damn cool. I'll
I
watch
always
that.
like it when NASCAR guys go elsewhere
I
and
like
do
Cinder,
shit.
like because of that. I mean, he just enjoys racing. I feel like that's a hard thing to find. You don't really see many of these guys like Larson. We know he enjoys racing. That's why he does what he does. And I like to see, especially with someone like Cindric doing this, like you don't see anyone do that. No one decides I'm just gonna go drive a supercar race. Like that's what I like about F1 too. Like you see a lot of drivers that will go over and they'll run 24 hours of Le Mans, like Fernando Alonso did it, and he finished with the podium, and it was fucking awesome.
Dude, like right after he won his championship, Chase went and drove fucking rallycross. And
Mhm.
like I remember he won the race and ended up getting like DQ'd somehow because of how but like he went and drove a fucking rallycross race and like a week after he won his championship and won the fucking race. Like,
That's why too, and like even like Sheldon Creed, like you look at him just running fucking trophy trucks. I mean,
yeah.
that's sick as fuck. Like those are sick ass trucks, and just a guy who grew up doing that, still paying homage to his roots. Like I feel like that's why most drivers or most people have so much respect for Larson, if you do or don't. But like you see someone dominating the category that they have grown up loving, and like you see Cindric going over that, it's kind of cool because we don't see him do that.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was cool. Wanted to bring it up, but yeah, let's get some picks in for Gateway and
No
I'm fucking
trucks this
pumped.
weekend though.
Truck
No,
no.
no trucks. We got Xfin and we got Kit. Big names. Eric's running the 19. Corey Day's running the 17, which is why I'm wearing my Corey Day hat. Thomas Annunziata. That's it, really. The 11 actually. Hemrick is. I forgot Hemrick's running. I sent that to you. So
Yeah, I saw that.
Hemrick's back in a college car, which is pretty cool. So I don't expect anything special out of it, but
Me neither, but it's still
still,
cool.
yeah,
I'll
I know
still
you're
root for the
happy
guy.
about it. So
It's the New Way 200. You ever been to New Way?
no,
Oh,
no
get
way.
yourself a New Way wiener. It's like they got like little hot dogs and breakfast biscuits and stuff.
I'll run it
Um,
first. I'm gonna say
yeah,
fuck
here
it.
you go.
This dude is so overdue for a win, and I feel like everyone knows it. Give me Quapple plus 2,200.
All right, yeah, I was just listening to the juniors podcast on the way home, and yeah, he said like it's a big priority with their team is getting Carson in victory lane.
It's
So
so overdue,
that'd be
man.
awesome.
We see him come so close to me times and just get fucked out of it. And it's stuff that's out of his control, and it's car issues, it's constant blown tires, shit that he can't control. So I mean, I feel like before we see him leave junior and go to Penske, we're gonna see him win.
I will go with I'll take a page out of your book. I'll take Eric. I think there's this place. I think guys who are
Yeah.
good at Phoenix are going to run well here, and obviously he won Phoenix earlier this year, so
Without
I'll
a
go
doubt.
with Eric is plus 500.
Yeah, that's why it was too high odds for me to pick. So I was like, fuck it, I'll go low. Cup, we got
The Enjoy Illinois 300.
fucking Illinois.
Like we talked about coming in here, it's a really good track for Penske, and I think the Penske cars are going to run well here. So you know what? I'll go with the reigning winner here to go back to back. I'll go with something a little crazy. Give me Austin Cindric plus 1,600. Like he's been running a lot better. I could see him sneaking up and getting one soon and surprising some people. And obviously he was. I mean, dude, he was so fast last time we were here. It wasn't
Mhm.
like a surprise win. Like he started like third, and he was really fast in practice. I remember because I had change on him in that race. So,
I'm gonna go
um,
the opposite. I don't think Penske is gonna. I think they're gonna run really well, but I mean, I got a different Ford winning. I'm gonna take Busher plus 3,000. I feel like
all right.
RFK usually, if they don't get a win in the regular season, they'll win one in the playoffs, and we saw that last year. We saw it with Busher. I mean, Brad won, but I mean, we saw Busher win in the playoffs and didn't get his regular season. So I think Busher, he's overdue for a win as well this season. So yeah, I'll take that. But
All
we can
right.
cut off
Who you
top
want?
10 after Priest, I think.
All right. Let me get that pulled up.
Coming off a solid finish too. I mean, just last week, give me John Hunter plus 350. I feel like that's an easy lock. Similar-ish track size, I guess you can say ish. Having a run like that in a car like that, I mean, it just obviously shows to the work that team's putting in. So I feel like it's been a lock for most of us this season to pick Legacy for a top 10, and I feel like they've hit more times than less. So
Coming off a really good run, give me AJ Allmendinger plus 550. Like
that's a good one,
P5
yeah. P5, yeah.
P5 on Sunday, man. Like AJ's a wheel, man. Like
Fuck yeah.
that's a guy who's like he's gonna get you the most out of the car and get you what he can get you. So I'll go with AJ there plus 550 after coming off a top 5 run. I like that one.
Not bad.
All right, you got anything else?
That's it. I got nothing until next Wednesday when I watch this race.
All right. Well, thanks all 24 of you for tuning in.
Oh hell.
Yeah, I'm going back on night shift next week, by the way. So we'll figure out how to make it work. But
If it
I
ain't no
might
one,
just
it'll be me. I'll do it. I don't mind. I'll talk about myself. You see me ramble, so I can ramble on about some bullshit. So I just see some
as
chat.
long as as long as I'm not like super busy at work at the moment, like I can probably make it work and
Yeah.
hop on for
We know
an
Charles is hit
hour.
or miss, and Derek is about hit or miss as Charles is. So you never know. Derek's usually good about it, but he'll be late if anything. But don't
I
know
think
what
he
his plans are for next week. So I can't say
I
for
think
sure.
he
But
I think he quiet quit on us. I ain't heard from the man. It might be mine and your show now. We'll see if he pops back up. Maybe we can motivate him to get him back in a little bit. But as of now, I think it might be me and you at this point.
well, anyways,
Um,
this is another episode of Rose 1 through 10. We'll link up next Wednesday, 8 p.m. sharp. If not, I mean, you guys will know. But
yeah,
I'll be here.
yep. No, we'll make it work. I'll be here. I'm gonna try to make it work as till the end of the season.
Yeah, we ain't got many
So
weeks left, so we'll be here. Talk about a little bit Gateway and going to Bristol.
yes, sir.
All right.
All right.
Appreciate y'all.
Peace.
Till next week.
Make sure you like and subscribe and all that shit. By
Yeah,
the way.
whatever he said. Do that.
Yeah.
Please. See ya.